Hi fellow reefers, I'm Eddie of Eddie's Reef Aquaria. Today's video, you might have guessed by the intro, I'm going to talk about all the products that I use when it comes to feeding the actual reef. Not the fish, but strictly what dry powder foods, liquid foods that I actually feed in different intervals, at different days. So hold on 1 second and let's check it out. Okay, so here we are in front of the products. You don't need to see my beautiful face. Let's talk about the products. Okay, now here you see a line of products, and I'm going to go one by one how I actually use it. But before I start, I thought I'd let you know that when it comes to the dosage, the amounts that they say, the rule of thumb that I've heard out there and I've used for many, many years, as people that follow me know that I've been at this for 25 years and counting, always start less than what they actually say there. Always start less. So like if they say, let's say for this Nubo 40, you need to put one, let's say the liquids. Let's say they say put 10 mLs 3 times a week. I don't do that. Instead of 10 mLs, I might put 5 mLs, maybe once, try and see, and then twice a week, but not automatically go ahead and do that, because by experience, trust me, it's happened to me, and it has happened to other reefers. You start to get algae outbreaks, your PO4 goes skyrocket, and you can run into major issues. So you don't know how much I say this. I reiterate it, very important. Don't go by, go by what they say on the back. You need a baseline of what to actually the amount to apply, but always use less. Okay, so that being said, here you have a line of products. First of all, I'm going to talk about the Microbacter 7, because although the Microbacter 7 indirectly feeding the actual reef, Microbacter 7, I use it once a week, and that's simply to keep the biological filtration of the rocks growing and growing, and actually to help, believe it or not, to help the cleaning process of the nuisance algae found in your rocks and in your sand. So that's why I use Microbacter 7. I only use this once a week, as a matter of fact, on Fridays. And like I was mentioning before, if you look at the instructions, I should be putting 2 or 3 times a week 4 mLs. I only put 3 mLs only once a week on Fridays. Okay, so that taken out of the equation, now let's talk about the actual feeding of the actual reef. Okay, here's my regimen, how I actually do it. Okay, Mondays, I go ahead and I put Phytofeast by Reefroids. I go ahead and I apply that. All I do is, since it's so concentrated, first of all, you have to shake the bottle a couple of times, and I just add 2 squirts. That's all I do on Mondays. Now Tuesdays, then I go ahead and I apply one of the powdery foods. I add the Reefroids. That's what I do on Tuesdays. I turn all the power heads, the filters and all that. I prepare it, and then I target feed all of my corals, and what's remaining on a little cup that I actually have, I just pour it. I pour it on top, like a broadcast feeding, and I wait like 10 or 15 minutes for it to settle down. Then I turn on first MP10 to start the circulation of the product, and then the filtering system, the power heads, the main pump and all that. So this is what I use on Tuesdays. Then Wednesdays, I go ahead and I hit Oyster Feast on Wednesday. Same thing, you shake it, 2 little squirts, and that's basically it. Now on Thursdays, we're up to Wednesday. Now Thursdays, I either reapply the Reefroids, or I apply the chili from BRS. I really, be honest with you, I like better the Reefroids than the Reef Chili. But to alternate in nutrition and all that, sometimes, depending on the mood, I'll either apply the Reefroids on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays I'll put the Reefroids, and then Thursdays I'll put the Reef Chili. Now, when it comes to replenish, I put it on Mondays. In the morning, before the lights go on, I go ahead, I apply 3 mL for this tank of replenish, and then in a little while, then I go ahead, of course, and then I add the PhytoFeast. Now, on Thursday, now we're up to Wednesday, we're up to Thursday. Now Friday is when I go ahead and I apply the amino acids on the tank. I'll apply the amino acids, and then the cycle of these products, I start all over again. So like, let's say Friday, I'll apply the amino acids with the Microbacter 7. And also, I'll go ahead and apply either PhytoFeast or Oyster Feast. That's on Fridays. And then we go to Saturday. On Saturday, what I'll do is, depending on which of these products I used on Friday, I'll use the other one on Saturday. So, example, if on Friday, when I added the amino acids and I added the Microbacter 7, and I go ahead and I add, let's say, on Friday, I went ahead and I added the PhytoFeast. Then Saturday, I'll add the Oyster Feast. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it educational, interesting, informative. And before I close the video, I thought I'd say a disclaimer. This is what I use. But there's tons of products out there. There's, like I've mentioned, people that follow me or to just simply check out my videos. And others, you'll see that they use other techniques, other methods, other products. And they have the same equal success or even more than me. But this is simply what I actually use. So any of you that were interested, you know what makes this Nubo 40 tick? Well, there you have it. Like I mentioned before, I didn't bring up the topic about feeding the fish. That I'll leave it for another day. It's very simple. It's like 2 or 3 products that I use, and I also feed the fish daily. Now, when it comes to fish feeding, as you notice on this video, I feed from Monday through Saturday the actual reef. But Sunday, I continue, but just feeding the fish. So all the fish are fed 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. Only on feeding the corals, the reef aquaria, I only do it from Monday through Saturday. So I hope you enjoyed it. And like I say at the end of all of my videos, happy reefing. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.